Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
Magicians have amazed people with seemingly impossible but real magic tricks, be it the flying cards between the hands or man himself floating in the air, the birth of a pigeon from fire, or water turning into ice in a split second. There have been uncountable magic tricks that have amazed people since centuries. Today, we are going to unveil the secrets behind the top 10 magic tricks of all time. Number 1 will definitely surprise you, so stay tuned till the end. Number 10. Walking on water. We all must have seen Dynamo, who is known as the greatest street magician of the current time, walking on the waters of the River Thames. But have you ever thought that how was it possible for him to do it? Well, the answer surely lies in the plexiglass. Plexiglass, when submerged in water, is almost invisible and hard to find because the density of plexiglass is almost similar to water. Plexiglass is supported by plexi tubes, and many magicians have tried similar variants in swimming pools, lakes, and other bodies of water. No matter where this feat is performed, the secret to the trick surely is the plexiglass. Now, when you know this trick, you can share it with your friends too, and how magicians have been making a fool out of us by making us believe that they were walking on water. Number 9. Darcy Oak's Dove Illusion. Darcy Oak, who was a constant on famous TV show British Got Talent, showed a magic feat in the show in which he got pigeons from burning feathers. Ever thought about how he managed to do it? Let us have a closer look at it. The wings he showed before lighting it up is actually a special type of paper known as flash paper. Flash paper is commonly used by magicians in magic tricks to create quick large flashes of fire that hide the quick moments to be seen by the audience that create an effective illusion. Darcy Oak used flash paper for the exact same purpose. Using a chance of quick flash and fire, Darcy Oak quickly got the pigeon out of his left hand's secret sleeve pocket that we can see and appreciate here. So there is actually no magic, but just a quick moment of time that helps the magician to create the illusion. Look at the trick again. We think you just missed it. Number 8. Card from deck levitation. It is almost impossible to know what the other person is thinking or watching, but not too hard for a magician, we suppose. In this trick, the magician tells a volunteer from the audience to choose any random card from the deck and then place it back into the deck. He then places the deck of the cards onto a glass and does some magical gestures with his hands, or maybe recites some magic spells, and the card which was chosen by the volunteer pops out. Now you must be thinking, how did that happen? The secret lies here. The random card chosen from the deck was put back into the deck at a position where the magician wanted it to be. He places the remaining cards back over the deck and is supported by a special card at the end. The special card is supported by a counterweight that moves the small pad upwards when the card is turned upside down. The pad has a small dot of wax that sticks to the card and moves the card upwards, making it pop out of the deck. Number 7. Girl levitating in air. We all must have seen a beautiful girl levitating in the air on a plank of wood in many magic TV shows or live magical shows as well. We've also seen that rods are passed through the girl to ensure the audience that the girl is not supported by any strings or rods. Now that really is magic, don't you think? But surprisingly, the answer is no, it's just a trick. The plank of wood is supported by a strong hydraulic piston mechanism to hold the plank up in the air. The mechanism is hidden and the magician steps on the platform and takes his position. And under the foot of the magician there's a button to control the motion of the plank. But how did he then move the ring around? But the answer lies in the S-shaped design of the supporting rod, through which the ring can be passed easily till the end and moved back for the exit of the ring. This proves that there is absolutely no magic in this, and it's just an illusion due to clever tricks. Number 6. Can on a card. Making a can or a bottle stand on a card's edge is incredibly magic, but it only seems magic until you know the secret behind it. We all have seen great balancing acts shown by magicians on TV shows, but this is a special one. Let us see how it's done. The magician takes a card and places a can on top of it, then does some magical acts of insanity, and there you have it. The can is so effortlessly standing on top of the card. When you look closely at the card, you'll see that they are 2 cards stuck together and folded from the center that forms a T shape, and that makes it easy for a can or bottle to stand on top of it. Number 5. Water to ice in a second. Can you turn water into ice in a second, even with a deep freezer? You probably can't, but a magician can pull off this feat very effortlessly. Watch this carefully. The magician pours the water into a cup and turns it to a piece of ice instantly. Amazing, isn't it? But how did he manage to do it? Does he have a built-in freezer in his hands? The secret is that the cup already contained a piece of ice and a sponge of the same color as the cup. The water gets absorbed by the sponge, and the only thing that comes out of the cup when it is turned upside down is a piece of ice that was already present in it. Get ready to amaze your friends with this one. Number 4, David Copperfield's Death Saw. David Copperfield, a very popular classic time magician, performed the act of Death Saw magic, in which he split apart himself in 2 pieces using a giant saw blade. That was a giant piece of illusion created by him. But here is the actual secret behind it. It's not just Copperfield in this act alone, but he is supported by one of his assistants for the latter part of his body. The actual position is done in such a way that together they just seem to be a single person. All the secret lies in the table between and the slight gap between the tables that can easily pass the saw blade through. The body of Copperfield is bent into the table while the upper body of the assistant is hidden in the table below. But in the end, hats off to the great piece of illusion and synchronization created by Copperfield. We all have been at least once in our life fooled into believing that it was really magic. Number 3, twisting an iPhone. Have you ever tried to twist your iPhone from its center? Obviously not, but Dynamo has done it in front of people on the streets. He took an iPhone and magically twisted it from its center so that it was half screen and half back. That's incredibly insane. How did he even do it? Well, here's the actual trick behind it. Dynamo took the exact half-back cover off the iPhone and placed it carefully, holding it over the screen. Now, showing the audience the back of the phone at first, he covered the iPhone with both of his hands, and instead of twisting it, he just rotated the iPhone entirely to the screen side with the half-back cover placed over it. Go try out this trick with your friends and make them scream like crazy. Number 2. Jamie Raven's lemon trick. Jamie Raven is a magician who is famous for his incredible acts on the TV show Britain's Got Talent. In his final round's magic act, he got a signed note from Alicia out from the lemon. It was kept intact in front of her since the start of the show. If you take a closer look at when he was folding the note, he had a palmed face of paper in his hands that he instantly switched to show the people. Now, with the signed note still in his hand, he takes the bag from Alicia and drops the note into the bag very quickly, and with an indication to the audience that there is nothing in his hands. He reaches to the bag, stuffs the lemon with the note, and takes it out very differently. He only shows one side of the lemon to the audience and cuts it very differently. Have you ever tried to cut a lemon like that? Now, when Alicia took the note out of the lemon, he very quickly closes it and puts it away so that the trick is not seen. But let us take a closer look at it. There is actually a hole in the lemon below that is clearly visible. It is this hole through which he stuffed the note inside the lemon, and the trick was created. Very clever though, isn't it? Number 1, Houdini's greatest escape. The greatest and most unbelievable of all of Houdini's escapes was undoubtedly the one which he escaped the Chinese water torture cell. In this trick, Houdini was to escape an extraordinary contraption resembling a fish tank. The tank was filled with water while Houdini is placed head down from where he is clearly seen by the audience. But how did he manage to escape in front of the audience with all those contraptions on his body? The assistants locked Houdini upside down with genuine locks, but what we missed is that they slipped the pins out of the hinges holding the locks. Also, the handcuffs were specifically designed to open with the application of just a little force, finally making the magician escape. Which one of these did you find most fascinating? Let us know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.